A hearty good morning to all. From our English Reader course book, turn page number 114. In our page number 114, we have lesson 9, A Voice in the Dark. A Voice in the Dark is authorized by William Henry Davies. William Henry Davies was a Welsh poet and writer. Davies spent a significant part of his life as a tramp or hobo in the United Kingdom and United States, but still became one of the most popular poets of his time. William Henry Davies was a person who traveled from place to place on foot in search of work. Whatever experience he got from his travel, he shared it through his writing works. And our lesson 9, A Voice in the Dark, is a significant event of his life. Before inaugurating the event, let us have some talking about the characters. We have 5 characters in this lesson. First is Davis, second is Jack, third a man, fourth a workman, and fifth a group of people. Among all these, Davis is the main character. So, let's step into the story. Welcome back to the story, A Voice in the Dark. Davis and Jack were traveling in a train. It was the winter season. There was snowfall. So, the weather was chilly cold. A week later, they reached Ottawa, the capital of Canada, which is in the east of southern Ontario. Davis did not enjoy traveling because it took a week. The movement and the speed of the train was not fit for him. He wished to reach a far distance in a few minutes, but this train used to halt in every small station for a period of time. Means Davis and Jack had traveled in a local train, or we would say that they were in a passenger train. Davis was unable to taste his train journey. He wanted the quick action train, the express, the super fast train in which he would travel a long distance and enjoy the trip. So, after climbing down the slow passenger train at Ottawa, he and Jack waited for the next train which would carry them like a wind, like a fairy, like a witch at night riding on a broom and traveling in the dark open air. They waited at a town called Renfrew. Then they stood in a place from where they could watch the train coming. They took possession of an empty car and from there they kept their eyes to the station's platform. You know why they were doing so? Because Davis and his companion had no train ticket. Neither they had the platform ticket with them. A few seconds later, they saw the passengers moving on the platform and coming near the railway track with their luggages. The gestures of the people informed Davis that the train was just to arrive and get inside the platform. Davis wished to make more haste towards Winnipeg, the capital of Canadian province of Manitoba. Once again, welcome back to the story with the entry of the train with its latest appearance. A few minutes later, the train entered the platform with its whistle and big bright headlight. It steamed into the station without making much noise because the rails were slippery due to the ice and snow on the track. Davis told Jack to jump out of the empty blind baggage car and flee towards the train. Their aim was to reach the train from a hiding place and climb on it. The darkness had favored them. They had to escape the conductor because they both were ticketless. If they would be caught, they might be thrown away from the train. So they were waiting for the train to move. The train had halted for a few minutes. It was the express train. The doors of the car, means carriage, were opened for the passengers to enter the carriage. Next moment, all the doors were shut. This was the point where Davis and Jack had to show the quick action. The train started moving. Davis shouted at Jack to run and hold the handlebar of the door of the car of the train. He did so because Jack was maimed. Then the train took its speed from before and started going faster and faster. Davis chased the train and wanted to reach Jack. He pleaded to give him a chance to hold the handlebar of the car, but Jack did not give any room for Davis. Now the train took to its speed and Davis found great difficulty in keeping step with it. Davis took a firm grip on the handlebar. He jumped, but it was too late and the train was now at a rapid speed. His foot came short of the step and was dragged several yards before he could manage himself. He was thrown away in the dark. He don't know why it happened so. He tried to stand but failed. He started examining himself and got that the right foot was severed from the ankle. He was far away from getting shocked because he felt no pain. Then he saw a man crossing the track. He shouted for help, but the dark was so black that the man viewed nothing. He looked left and right and moved on his way. Davis called the man for the second time. This time, the man suddenly stopped and looked into the dark from which side he had heard the sound. When he viewed nothing in the dark, he thought that any ghost is there in the dark and fled away to save his life. Next moment, a workman heard the calling sound, came near to Davis, viewed, and learned everything about him. He rushed to the station and returned with several assistants. Davis was taken to the waiting room. A big crowd surrounded him. Some viewed Davis with pity eyes, while the others with a frightful look. Davis was not scared, seeing a number of eyes watching him. In spite of his bad condition, he took out his pipe and smoked. Later, he was taken to the hospital and underwent two operations in which his leg was cut off from the knee. When he was better, he had to move about on crutches. Then he got back to England. This turning point of his life led him to pen poems and stories from where he could share his experience with the world. Thank you.